Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, you've seen the title, and guess what? We've got another bike. Let's check it out. Coming at you live from the van. We got the KLR back there, taking it back to the warehouse where it can stay warm. So, departing on another adventure to pick up another motorcycle. This is how it works for me sometimes. Somebody's like, hey, what do you do for a living? I'm like, oh, I work on motorcycles. Oh man, my husband's got an old motorcycle in his garage. You could just have it. I'm like, okay. She's like, let me call him and see what kind it is. It's a Suzuki 550. I'm hoping it's a GS550. That would be really cool. But regardless, I'll take whatever. You know, it's in their way. But hopefully we can get over there and it's something decent. And we'll figure out what to do with it after. But yeah, if they want it out of their way, I'm your Huckleberry. All right, we got the call. We're heading out to go get it. So what we have here is indeed a GS550. What year is it? A 1980?
It was 1980 something.
81, yeah. Very cool. Get these tires aired up, throw the bars on, and pushing on up in the van. Huh?
I can walk on there or not. But
Oh.
I can't weigh as much as I did.
It's a houseboat walk-on ramp.
No shit?
Yeah.
Oh, I should be saying that. Are we recording?
That's fine. No, it's a houseboat walk-on ramp, and I've had people buy me ramps, and I'm like, I really like mine.
Yeah,
It has held up big baggers.
Oh, really?
And it's just like in the middle here, it's just got these two little 6mm bolts holding it together.
Yeah, it works every time.
I don't want to put more baggers in.
The only thing I rode on back roads and stuff like that, and I hate to say it now, but I drive back roads. Being in Illinois, I never did put a helmet on.
Yeah.
But on the highway, the worst I ever had was I got behind a cinder truck one time. Those things were flying out there. It was like needles just killing you, but yeah, I hope you get it running, man. I'm sure you will.
Yeah, it just depends on
Like this ain't your first rodeo.
I was in Illinois and found a motorcycle. It was an old CB350F Honda. It was leaning up against a shed as actual yard art. And I mean, it had moss growing on it and stuff. And I knocked on the door, nobody was there. I left my number, and they actually called me back. And so I was talking to the guy, and he's like, oh yeah, that's my wife wanted me to leave that there as just decoration because it was near some signs and stuff. It's like, just sell it? I mean, no title with it, but you know, the engine was locked up. I had it running that weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Soaked the cylinders with penetrating oil and just took a wrench on the crankshaft and just worked a little bit, got it free, and flushed the carbs out, put a battery in it, changed the oil, and had to unstick the clutch plates. That was fun. But yeah, that weekend I had it.
Yeah, my cousin had a Yamaha dirt bike. About the same. Well, after I got that, he goes, head off the street. I'm telling you, however light when you hit that, you hit it twice as light. Hit that, and all of a sudden the wheels in front of my face. And I go, son of a bitch! He goes, I told you you didn't like that. But,
Those things
me a picture of it. You get it looking like it.
I'll do something with it. You know, it'd be another good experiment to try to do like a bonded title.
Sweet.
So now that I'm actually interacting with somebody who owned it.
Yeah. And
I'm pretty excited about this one. GS550s kind of hold a special place in my heart because they were essentially the bike that kind of started this business. The story being that my friend had got one and brought it over, and I was jealous, and I'm like, well, I gotta get an old bike, so I bought a bike. It was a CB750, which is still not done. That was like over 4 years ago. So anyway, we had some fun on a couple GS550s. So this one, there's no official plan yet. I just picked this thing up. We're gonna unload it, kind of comb it over, figure out what the game plan should be. So it should be fun getting out by myself. There we go. Coming to get you. So, what do we have here? This, again, I think, yep, 81 model GS550. These things are really sweet. I think they make really good, fun power for their displacement. They sound good. There's nothing to hate on here. Chain drive, you know, so the 650s and stuff, those are shaft. You can do a 650 top end swap on these things, actually. Anyway, we're getting carried away already. That's my nature, though. So, this thing, kind of a friend deal. $0. So, thank you very much if you ever watch this. But, yeah, just kind of fell into my lap 2 days ago. Somebody asked what I did for a living. I was explaining it to them. They're like, oh, yeah, we got a bike in the garage. You can have it. So I'm like, yes. Anyway, there is no official plan with this thing as of yet. So what I want to do right now is try to work on that plan. And what I need to do is determine if, say, the engine's locked up. I need to determine kind of what this would really ultimately need. So to do that, what I want to do is probably just take the air compressor and just blow some of the straw and stuff off of here and kind of get an assessment of it. And then I'd like to get it up on the center stand and see if I can rotate the engine just to make sure it's not locked up. Now at that point, it would probably be safe to say that it would be worth trying to make run. Now, if I'm going to run it, then I want to obviously ride it. So without a title, that complicates things. Now, I have a long list of bikes that I'm currently doing. So this is kind of on the back burner. But what I could do is maybe try for that bonded title setup again that I kind of failed at miserably on the Bandit. If you guys didn't see that, here I'll put the playlist right above, but man, that sucked. So this one, there shouldn't be any issue. Like the guy that I bought it from had the title in hand, but he had lost it, but he never put it in his name. So I could go ahead and do my record search and stuff like that and just at least provide that documentation and then maybe attempt that bonded title setup again. Or try another route. I don't know. But anyway, this would be a fantastic candidate for a very simple cafe racer. You know, drop the tank in the front just a little bit, do a nice flat seat on here, lower the front suspension, maybe do like a 17-inch rear wheel, put some tires on it, and like a 4-in-1 with a hoop and a set of like tracker bars, you know, like real basic stuff. And this thing would be killer. And obviously you would have to go through the systems, rebuild the brakes, fork seals, battery, rebuild the carbs, probably just do some pod filters on that since you know, it would take 6 hours to put it back on with the air box on there and whatnot, whatever. So overall though, it's definitely all here. It even has a key with it. I have the penetrating oil soaking in the fuel cap right now to hopefully crack that thing loose so I can get that off and look inside the tank and see how much corrosion is in there. But the ignition switch works. And then I did actually just get the rear seat lock off, so got the seat off. Everything's stock. I was hoping to find the title under the seat. You never know. We found some crazy stuff before. But I am super, super excited about this thing. Let's do a walk around. Get that sweet backrest there for tying all the luggage to. Thing has both side covers. It does have these crash bars on here. Stock bars, stock mirrors, some foam grips off of a Razor scooter. Those things always deteriorate. But stock, stock, stock. It does have, of course I put this at a bad angle, it does have this dent in the tank. It doesn't look like it's creased too bad. I could probably get a PDR guy to knock that thing out. The paint's in good shape. You know, and back here it gets a little bit more grungy. This thing corroded really bad. The rear fender is pretty bad, but no big deal. I did press on the rear brake pedal there, the master cylinder being a disc brake. Master cylinder was not frozen, so that's a good sign. It might be able to be rebuilt. But go ahead, and obviously the brakes are kind of sticking, which they all do. So rebuild calipers, clean the rotors up, front and back. Probably have to get a new master cylinder up here. This one seems frozen, but who knows? Maybe I could rebuild that one too. The reservoir actually does not look too bad. Didn't get pretty dry cracked. But 9,000 miles on this thing, like just over 9,000. And I dig it. Even has a fuel gauge in there. That's cool. Man. Go ahead and pop this rear seat off here. This thing's been parked since the 80s. Stock airbox lid. Some dust. In here there is a little bit of mouse poo. I'd like to pull that airbox cover off and see how many mice nests and stuff are in there. I dig this thing though. I do like GS550s, and this thing would be the ultimate little around town cafe and back roads and stuff. You know, as many of these things as I build, I don't actually have my own cafe racer. That really needs to change. I always say I'm going to work on my own stuff, but I never do. Except for the KLR, that's about it. Lots of work ahead. Let's go ahead and get this thing up on the center stand. Maybe I'll try to blow the stuff away from the spark plugs, pull those things out, put some penetrating oil in the cylinders, and see if we can just roll it over. Those don't look too bad. All right, we've had the plugs out, soaking for a little bit now. I'm going to go ahead and click this thing up into 6th gear because this thing's extra cool, so it needs an extra gear. And try to rotate this tire, see if the engine spins. So obviously, you know, we don't have a battery or anything like that, so I'm not just going to go bumping the starter and making this thing go crazy. So let's see what we can do. All right, that should be 6th. Let's see. Oh. No problem. The only thing I'm really fighting here is just the rear caliper, which is hanging. Ugh. Heck yeah. Whew. That's awesome news. That is awesome news. There was no like extra force required. It just spun like it should have. Oh man. Battery strap's broken. I love it. This thing's cool. If only it had a title, but not complaining, not complaining. So, all right. So now it's time for me to kind of come up with a plan. Now, since this thing seems like it's in overall good shape, nothing I can't handle, everything's here. Engine's not seized up, it's a lower mileage bike. You know, this is something I could easily probably make run. But I don't know if I want to do that just yet. So I might look up some, maybe get back into the whole attempting for a title type thing and figure out a game plan there. It would be really cool to have a title for this thing. We got to test fit it. Oh yeah. Do some wheelies. Oh. Good times. So, that'll do it for this video. I don't know when the next update on this bike will be. I'm still formulating that plan, but I think it's a worthy candidate to try for a title. Now, yes, I know I could like frame swap or something like that, but everything's here. I know this thing's not stolen, so I have a good chance of being able to obtain a title of some sorts. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I definitely like these hot shot runs to go pick up bikes and stuff when I get the call, and this one was a lot of fun, and I especially love that it actually was a GS550. Again, these things hold a special place in my heart. So anyway, if you guys want to see more of this bike and especially all the other bikes that I'm continually working on, definitely subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. So thank you for watching.